Just feeling out my new pneumatic, my new pneumatic arm supports. It's very different. They do, if I move a little, with pressure down, and they do squiggle considerably. The surface moves with my arm, back and forth, kind of blah, blah, blah. Interesting. Different arm positions. I'm still a little worried that this will disconnect and I'll have to use even more duct tape. I mean, one of the things about duct tape is you have to use enough. If you don't use enough, you're pretty much wasting what you use. I see that my camera is at a slight angle. My gorilla pod. Have to show you one day, which could be now. Why not? Quick disconnect. Turn display around. And there it is. The famous gorilla pod. And some quasi-used tissues and recently collected stones. These are not water washed. And trash. Back to the gorilla pad. Gorilla pod, rather. Now back to me. Snap in place. Center the bubble. Now I'm being straight with you. Grab with the right hand, hold with the left hand. Cigarettes are over to the right there. Select victim, close box, put it back, tamp with filter. Tear off filter. Perfectly done, with a little bit of flattening, a la the famous English ovals. Of what I suppose could be called my third big romance out of 4 so far. And a few little sidetracks that either led nowhere or led the same old to the edge of the cliff. Whatever. Destroyed a world. The latest has been relatively slow in decline over a long space of time. First, second, and third were, once the ball got rolling, Blitzschnell. Blitzschnell. Yes, I can put my elbow on this, my right elbow here, holding my cigarette. I can put that comfortably into the balloon underneath the blanket. Move it around a little. Everything remains stable. I may have to invest more duct tape just to make sure. But it's working beautifully, and I have spares now too. I was impressed with the strength of this plastic, whatever it is, which maybe I can look into, squeezing a bubble out of it with really considerable pressure. Eventually I popped it, but I was initially just squeezing very hard, and this bubble, of stressed material, I imagine several times the size of the original, by shrinking down into a thin walled bubble of surprisingly great strength. And so far, these pads are not behaving in any discouraging manner. Just to make sure they don't fall off, which so far they aren't. It feels a little dangerous, like I might mess up the tape. I don't know. I'll have to order some tape on Amazon. Earlier I would hop into the car and go to Obi or something. Even maybe not that so easily. Probably when Gabi wanted to buy a plant. Like, oh yeah, duct tape. These days it's get it here with Amazon Prime. Many of the products are shippable without extra cost if I pay, I think it's 69 euros a year, 70 euros a year. Started out at 50, I think. Anyway, duct tape. Every man's solution to virtually infinite range of possible problems. Duct tape. It seems to be one of the items of choice of relatively casual sociopathic kidnappers, pasted across the victim's mouth so they can't scream, and tie them up with it. Okay? It's a multi-purpose tool. Anyway, what is that? 9 minutes. 9 minutes about nothing but duct tape. And the arms of my chair are more comfortable than ever before. In a way, it's uncomfortable, like this is new. I don't know how to behave with this. How is this going to respond? What feedback does it give? It's very peculiar, the way the way these little bladders move with my movement. Very peculiar. My arms expect the arms of the chair to be, so to speak, solid, even if soft. It does not expect them without any cling. It's not like sweaty arms on a leather or plastic surface that interact in that way. No, it's just a cozy blanket. And underneath, it's movable. It moves with my movement, changes its orientation. Very, very interesting. No, it's kind of counterintuitive. It shouldn't act that way. What's going on here? The system is curious to come to terms with this peculiarity, which is sort of how it's always learned how to create the world for effective action, namely staying alive. Namaste. May you stay alive.